Welcome back to my channel. I've been very quiet, but I'm coming back strong this time with a nice oxtail meal. So I'm pressure cooking my oxtail for 45 minutes with a stock cube and a beef cube that I'm putting into the pressure cooker with some salt. I'm cooking it in the pressure cooker for about 45 minutes. Okay, 45. Okay, and then with the oxtail, I'm making a yellow mash. So I'm adding turmeric, 2 peeled potatoes, and water, and then I'm going to let that boil for a bit until the potatoes are nice and soft. The potatoes are soft over here, and they are ready to be strained. So I'm not rinsing them, I'm just straining them. Then I bring them back into the pot, and I add a nice helping of butter or margarine, and then some finely chopped onions. Stir that in and then just start to mash up your potatoes as I am doing over here. And then because I haven't added any sort of liquid, I'm going to add a bit of milk just to soften that up a bit more. And then 1 teaspoon of garlic just to give that mash a nice flavor. After that, I'm going in with my masher. And then we can just put the heat down, all the way down to about 1 or 2, depending. I'm cooking on gas, so I'm just putting it on the lowest heat possible just to get that onions to soften up and for the flavors to come through. So please go ahead and subscribe and like my channel, and then share my content if you guys think it is worth it. Okay, my pressure cooker has stopped cooking and the meat has softened up nicely. So I'm adding oil to my pot, and then I'm just going to transfer the oxtail into my pot that I'm going to use to cook it. So you can let the meat simmer for a bit just to brown it and get all the fatty bits nice and rendered down. And then I'm adding 1.5 chopped up onions and half of a green pepper. And then 2 spoons of the broth that is left over in the pressure cooker, just so that you don't lose the flavors, using water to add into the pot. I did also add, as you saw, a bit of coriander and garlic. And now I'm going in with my curry powder, a bit of turmeric, some granules, pepper granules that I'm grinding up, and then the mild flavor of the Raja. I'm not sure if it's mild or medium. I think it normally says medium in the box, on the box. Let that simmer away for a bit just to get that curry powder cooked nice and through and for the onions to soften. Come back and add 2 scoops of your broth from the pressure cooker, and then 2 scoops of a dry red wine, and let it simmer on for a bit. After that, come back and add your mushrooms that you've topped up. I've only used 4 of those nice big mushrooms just to get the sauce nice and thick. Coming back again, stirring, checking how it's going as your veggies going down, because you just want to be ending up with a nice big gravy, like a thick gravy at the bottom. So after like every 20 minutes, come back. So it's basically like a slow cooking process. So you keep coming back and adding your stock and your wine, and everything should be going smoothly. I'm tasting over here to check if my salt and my flavors are getting ready. And then I'm adding another batch of stock. And 1 more scoop of the red wine. So that is a dry red wine, which is best for oxtail. I'm going to add a bit of salt here because I tasted and the salt wasn't enough. So it's always according to your taste. So that's going to sit for a bit as well, and then I'm going to come back. Okay, this is the final product. Sorry for all the steam, but the gravy is nice and thick, the meat is soft, and there's the final product. Looking lovely, nice and tender, and it was very delicious. Subscribe and like. Thank you. Bye.